How you doing, Sneaker World? My name is Andre Capers of AC Sneaker Restoration. Welcome back with another big exclusive video. What we about to get ready to do today, we about to get ready to work on the Jordan Bloodline Retro 1 1985 Authentics. Turn them into the Chicago 1's. Just to let everybody know, I'm not sponsored by anybody. If you're up there looking for taking on as any sponsorships or anything like that, my information and my link will be on the bottom of the screen, or probably towards the end of the video, so you can hit me up or anything like that, or call me or whatever. What we're gonna do, like I said, we're gonna turn these into the Bloodlines into the Chicago 1's. This is the authentic, the official Jordan. It's not a knockoff. I do not work on knockoffs. If you bring them to me, I'll send them right back to you. And we're not sponsored by anybody, I repeat. All right, we're gonna go into it. So it comes in a box like this. The official comes like this. The shoe is very expensive. What everybody's doing, they up there seeing the Jordan Last Dance video. They taking the Jordan Retro Bloodline 1's and they turn them into the Chicago 1's. That's what everybody's doing. The shoe runs for like $600 to $1,000. So we're not gonna spend those $600 to $1,000. We're gonna duplicate it from the OG and turn it into the OG. All right. I'm gonna show you the shoe, and we're gonna get more in depth, and then we're going to the products. This is the Bloodline. This is the before Bloodline Jordan Retro 1. 1985. This is not the actual 1985 sneaker, so I'm just letting y'all know this is a replica of the 1985, but this is authentic. Okay, that's the before. And what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to mask up the shoe to get started. And after we mask up the shoe to get started and everything, we already have masked up the shoe, so we can move the process a lot quicker. All right. We're just working on the left shoe. We're not working on the right one. That's gonna be the before. All right, so what we need for this job, we're gonna need flat white leather paint to do the background. We're gonna need fire red, and you need 1 and 1. You need 1 ounce of fire red. This is a 4-ounce bottle. You can purchase this at Angelus.com, or you can go to turtlefeathers.net. Not sponsored by turtlefeathers.net or anything. I already made a batch, so we pretty much good. I was supposed to show you how to mix it and everything, but I already made a batch to try to move ahead a little quicker, and this is what it looks like. You cannot purchase this. You cannot purchase this paint right here. This paint you cannot purchase. You have to make it. I just told you how to do it. You just get a mixing jar. You add 1 ounce of fire red, and also you add 1 ounce of varsity. What you can do is, if you're not sure how much is 1 ounce, you can take a varsity, or you can take a fire red container, or any one of the paint jars, and you could just pour it in here. You could clean it out and everything and pour it in here, or you can put it in a mixing jar and measure it, 1 ounce. And what you do is you put it into a mixing jar, and you just put it in here, and you put one of these, the varsity, you add it in here, you take the fire red, and you do the same thing as well, and you just add it in, you get a mix, you have a popsicle stick, and you stir it up, and there's your color. Also for this job, we're gonna need Prazer. We're gonna have to wipe everything down before we get started. We're gonna need some paint brushes. As you can see, we're gonna need some masking tape. The shoe's already masked up for your eyes, for your own view. And also you're gonna need a fine black sharp marker. We're not gonna use this right now, But down towards the end of the project, we will be using it. All right. We're going to be doing the wing tab of the Jordan, but that's not to down the road. Only thing we're doing right now, I want to wipe the shoe down with Propraser. After I wipe it down, we're going to apply the flat wipe. I'm going to use a heat gun to dry it. Now, just to let y'all know, I see a lot of people doing this. You're supposed to from my understanding, I'm just talking for me. Can't speak for everybody else. Only talking for me, because I don't want no feedback, negative feedback coming to me. I want to mention names and stuff like that. I ain't saying anything bad, anything. You do it your way, what you prefer. This is the way I'm doing it. You know what I mean? You cannot put wet paint on top of wet paint. So that's why I have the heat gun. I want to dry it down, and then I want to apply the next phase after I put the flat white level paint down. I'm going to apply cherry red for the Chicago 1's. I want to apply that on everything is black. Only thing that's not going to get it is the collar around here. You know, we're going to cover up the thread they got around here. I'm going to paint over it so you're not going to be able to see it. There's other methods which you can do to it too. You can get an ejector factor knife, and you can cut it off and then pull it with a tweezer. But I'm not going to do all that. We're just going to get to it. If that's what you want to do, there's nothing wrong with that. You can go ahead and knock yourself out and do it. I'm not doing it. To give it more like a aesthetic look. That's what we're about to get ready to do. So I want to wipe down the shoe with Propraser. And we get started. Okay, we about to get ready to start applying the flat white level paint. Okay, you can use a mixing jar, you have a cup, you can use whatever you feel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do it straight out of the paint jar. You can purchase this at turtlefeathers.net, or you can go also to angelas.com and purchase this. This is a pint. All right. So what I'm going to do is I got a cup of water for my brushes. So when they get wet, when the paint, I can clean off the brush. What I'm going to do is, a lot of people, you do it how you feel comfortable doing it. A lot of people like painting it up. And from my understanding, what I learned from painting it up, there's nothing wrong with it, but it do come a problem, because what happens is you get bleeding on the midsole. We taped it up, but the bleeding come down. So for me to get a fresh midsole, I want to do this a little differently. Even though I got the tape there and everything, it doesn't matter, it doesn't mean anything. I'm still making sure and nothing goes wrong with it. I'm going to paint it laying down. That's how I'm going to do it. You do it the way you feel comfortable doing it. This is the way I'm doing it. All right. I'm going to use white paint. We're going to do the background. Just going to take a little bit off the brush, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to work it like that. This is going to be for the background. something to wipe it. I want to take my heat gun. Oh, first, before we do that, let me just make sure we put the cap on this, because we ain't gonna need it no more. We don't want those spills. It's not a boober. All right, that's for another time. We're gonna take the heat gun, and I'm gonna turn it on, and I'm gonna dry it. And then you wanna speed it up a little bit. I wanna make sure my paint is dry before I apply the next phase. So letting the heat run over it. I missed something on here. I'm gonna hit it with the gun. I missed the paint, something did not see it. And I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna stop for 1 second. Apologize about it. I wanna get it. Feels good, I'm touching it on my hand. I don't see no residue. So we're good. All right. So before I do that, what I want to do is I want to do one more thing. Well, actually, it's something I missed something on here. So I gotta get in here. I forgot. Inside there. And then what I want to do is, after I get in there, I want to mask up the tongue, and we're going to go to the next phase. So, can't really see it. I'm going to get right there. So that's going to be red. Be careful while you're in here. I want to hit it with a heat gun right now. I'm going to make sure the inside of here is dry. That's going to be red. I'm going to stick my hand on it. Make sure my hand is, I have no residue. Ain't nothing. You can see that yourself. So let me just mask up the tongue. And we go right to the next stage. If you feel like you gotta mask up the white part, I mean, if that's what you want to do, there's nothing wrong with that. You could do it at your own discretion. I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'm going to mask up the tongue, because from the bristles, a little bit splattered. When I was painting it. So I'm going to mask up the tongue. Apologize about that. Just move along with the process. Just want to make sure when I take this, when everything gets finalized, the tongue is nice and fresh, like it just came out of the showroom. You can't see me what I'm doing. It's facing towards me. Some things you're not going to be able to see. You know, I got to do things. Some things you are. Try to be as neat as possible as you're doing it. You want it, at the end of the day, you want that professional look. And that's what we're here for, expertise. All right. Now let's just put the tongue away. Okay. Now we're about to apply the cherry red. It's dry. As you see, I'm touching it. I'm about to apply the cherry red. It might be a dry apple color. I don't know what color it is. Nike don't sell, or Jordan do not sell the correct paint for this project. Our job is very difficult as it is. We gotta make the paint. We gotta dead stock it to the actual sneaker and everything like that. And this is very hard for a lot of us. And a lot of us who does this restoration, this restoring. This job is not easy. Everybody cannot do it. So we're gonna dead stock it. I dead stock it to the factory, what they use. It'd be better they come out with this paint, but they don't have it. So we gotta make it. I showed you how to make it. So I'm gonna take your time while you do this. I'm gonna take a little bit. Yeah, as you see, I'm taking you don't need a lot of paint on the brush. And I'm just gonna be very easy on the brush and let my brush do the work. Some of y'all may see it now, some of y'all may not. I'm gonna show y'all in a second. Let me show y'all. That's where we at right now because I'm working it. I got a little bleeding going on the Nike swoosh. That ain't no problem. I have leather appraiser, the glazer. I'm gonna remove it. If you don't have that, you can use acetone. So I'm just doing the back right now. Like I said, take your time. Ain't no rush. Like for the big parts of the shoe, you use like a big brush, like the little small areas that you feel like you can't get to. You use a very small, fine brush. Areas where you feel you can't get to. And you just work it in there. I want to apply 4 coats of the cherry apple or the cherry red, whatever it's called. There ain't no name for it. I'm using the finest brush I have. I do not want it to run where the white is. So we might be here a little longer. There ain't no race to this. Just take your time. If I use a big brush, it might run over onto the white paint, and we don't want that. I already have a little bleeding going on with the swoosh. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just dab it with the brush. I'm going to get this back here right here. Get that a little bit. Take your time. You don't feel comfortable doing it like that, I'm gonna take this brush right here. I'll use my fine brush. I can really work it. And then you just do it all the way around the shoe. And that's what I'm gonna get to that, hit this area. Make sure my areas is good. Move this back a little bit. Move some of the excess paint off. Make a little mess. I ain't trying to make no mess. And basically just do the same thing up here. Lay the shoe down. Just take your time. Ain't no rush. Take your time. And I'm gonna work it on a brush, light brush strokes. On up. Work it up like that. I'm gonna hit the sides. I'm gonna use a fine brush for that because I don't want the paint to be all over the place. I gotta coat this again. This is the first coat. I'm just trying to get it right. We're gonna put little holes in there for the laces. A little paint got up in there. And I'm just taking my brush gently. And I'm just going over it like as you see what I'm doing. Might have a little bleeding going on, but it's fine. I'm gonna remove it, like I mentioned. Just don't want a whole lot of bleeding going on. I'm just gonna turn it. To the side. That. And gently take my brush and just go over it like that. And that's basically that's all you do. Do the same thing what I'm showing you. And then what you're gonna do gonna do this part. Try to take your time when you get in this area. Top. We're not responsible if you decide to do this on your own and you ain't following the steps and you make a mistake and you're trying to put me involved in it. We're not responsible. I don't know what you did. If you're not sure how to do it, you watch the video, you still can't get it, there will be a link on the bottom of the description with my info, and you can send it to me. But if you're going to send it to me without you touching it. Don't send it to me while you touch it, because I will send it back to you. I don't know what you did. Send it to me fresh, brand new. And we go from there. I can't see you can't see everything what I'm doing. I'm just running my brush right now. Running my brush on everything. Now we're getting into the little danger zone. What I like to do, I get into like real fine areas, getting closer to the next. I like to use a fine brush. And I just like to hit it with a fine brush. So I don't want all the bleeding and the paint to be running. The smaller the brush is, the better for me. Then I said I gotta put some holes back into the shoe. So I'm gonna take another brush. That means at the end of it, it'll be good. Get that area. You apply this 4 times. This is the first coat. And you apply it 4 times and you're good. After you do that, you let it dry. But I'm gonna speed the process up. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna blow dry it with a heat gun. All right, we up there applied the 4 layers of the coats of the cherry red. So that's all I have for you today. Stay tuned for part 2 of the next video.